Serena, it's good to see you again. They were in civvies, so there was no saluting required, but Serena traded nods with the discreet military escort. It's okay, I've got him now, and fell into step alongside her old comrade. Saduk looked good. Inside the protective heat suit, his color was healthy, and he waved his tentacles with cheerful energy. It's amazing to see you too, Saduk. How was home? Still rolling along. He slipped her the bubbler equivalent of an amused sidelong glance. I saw more plushies of you getting around while I was there. I suspect you might be asked to sign a few next time you visit. How's Thwicca? He had to know his daughter was fine, of course. Serena would have sent urgent messages via every available method up to and including emergency couriers if she was in T. But he didn't know the details. This was going to be an interesting conversation. Oh, she's doing well, making new friends, getting into group activities. She's got good marks in all her classes, and she's absolutely crushing it in cryogenic sciences. His tone was dry. I would be astonished if she wasn't. The Academy of Science back on Fazreep just finished construction of their Earthwing, where they're keeping the samples she's sending back, along with her notes. She's opened up a whole new field of study for them. Pyrogenic biology. Just as she'd thought. He missed her sideways reference to group activities, which meant she'd get to see his face when he found out firsthand. This was going to be fun. I didn't say that S cool, but you D only make a joke out of it, so I'm just going to say that's excellent for her. He responded with a tentacle flip that was the bubbler eye roll equivalent. Spoil sport. Her mother's very proud of her, though still worried, of course. You haven't had any trouble with idiot bigots? They reached the car waiting outside, and she opened the door for him. He scrambled inside, while she went around to the other side. Once she was in and settled, the driver started off. She'd already told him where they were going. No bigots, though there's been one or two amusing incidents, she assured him. We're vetting the kids pretty closely. I see her when I can, and we talk a lot. She says she's glad the guards are around, but that I remind her of home because of the times I visited when she was growing up. She calls me her Earth Mom. She could feel the catch in her throat when she said this. He put a tentacle out and squeezed her shoulder. Thank you for being there for her. It means a lot to me. Her mother said to thank you as well. He paused. Amusing incidents? Relieved to get onto a less emotional topic, Serena cleared her throat. Yeah, one of the little doofuses tried to give her the nickname hentai. Probably thought she wouldn't have been briefed on what it meant. Saduk, whom Serena knew for a fact had been briefed on that term, plus dozens of other similarly sensitive ones, twitched his tentacles in amusement. Okay, I'm listening. What happened then? Serena grinned. She went straight up to him and asked him what it meant and why it was funny. Gave him her best innocent expression. You know the one, where frozen helium wouldn't melt in her mouth. Face-palming wasn't a regular gesture on Fazreep, but Saduk put a tentacle across his eyes anyway. Oh, progenitors. How badly did he crash and burn? Apparently he got laughed out of the classroom. Serena's grin became a snort of amusement. She just kept asking, but why? And he got redder and redder until he couldn't take it anymore and ran for it. Saduk laughed out loud. And that's my little girl. Well, it's good to hear that she's holding her own. Making new friends, you said? Oh yeah. You know what chess is? He angled two tentacles in a querying manner. I've heard of it. Can she play it now? Serena leaned back in her seat. Play and win. A few of the kids introduced her to it, and now she's a regular member in the chess club. It appears she has a talent. Good. Saduk looked up as the car pulled in through the gates of the school. Do you know where she is now? Would I be disturbing anything if I went and saw her? Oh no, she'd love to see you. Serena frowned, the overall reason for Saduk's visit coming back to her. And then we can ask if she's okay with that other thing. He gave her a mildly dirty look. Thank you for reminding me. I was trying not to think about it. Hey, what are friends for? The car crunched to a halt in the parking lot, and Serena undid her seatbelt, then addressed the driver. I'll give you a call when we need you. Ma'am. He nodded in acknowledgement. They got out of the car and Serena started off, Saduk perambulating beside her. She spotted one of the discreet guards patrolling the campus and saw him make a call over the radio. They were clearly on the ball, Now that both Saduk and Thwicca were in the same location, they would be on high alert. The perimeter would be pushed out, and any even mildly suspicious incidents would be investigated to a fare thee well. "Isn't that a swimming pool?" asked Saduk as they neared their destination. Serena knew it still amused him to refer to water as liquid magma, though he didn't recoil from its presence as others might. About a dozen of the college kids were splashing around in the water, having fun and blowing off steam. "Yeah, it is," she agreed, trying not to let the lurking grin spoil the joke. He looked up at her suspiciously. "So where's Thwicca?" She nodded to where the noise and frivolity was going on. "In the pool." He did the bubbler equivalent of a double blink. "In the pool, submerged in water." "Yeah. She enjoys it." Serena led the way closer. The latest iteration of her heat suit is so efficient that being underwater actually improves heat transfer away. Also, she's a good swimmer. Pausing at the edge of the pool, she pointed at where the tentacled figure of Thwicca was swimming laps, a good 6 feet under the surface. "And of course, she doesn't need air." He stared for a moment, then twisted his tentacles in bemusement. "I know I used to make jokes about that sort of thing, but her mother must not hear about this. Otherwise, she will spontaneously develop the ability to reach across space-time with her tentacles and smack me into the nearest sun." Serena felt her lips twitching. "So, you don't want to know how she's also on the soccer team?" Saduk stared at her with something approaching horror. "That game where people run around at high speed and kick a small ball into a large net? There is no way she could play that game. She would overheat in a matter of minutes." The grin refused to be held in anymore. "Unless she's the goalie." See for Part 2.